Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, home of the Oakland Raiders, but today, home to the start of another exciting college football season as we are ready to crank it up here in Vegas in the Las Vegas Kickoff Classic. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand, two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Boston College Eagles, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buffaloes will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground. Boston 20. Here comes the offense on first down.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
And off to Jones. Crosses the 30, he's got away. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moving away from pressure. He throws one to the left. Caught at the 25. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Golden Eagles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Power ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? Fourth down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Harris. Just excellent coverage, nowhere to go, and they don't come close to getting it in. The defense, a brick wall. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his man, it's Hood. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the 1st down. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just your, like, little recruiting system and little farm team, Jesse. Like, we're a real conference that wants to come out and make a statement.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading and bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players and those wide open, up-tempo, high-scoring offenses that can give any SEC defense problems.
Getting some heat. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the pass is intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, the defense was able to get to the QB, and I think that's what really creates the interception. Because of the pressure, because of the hit on the quarterback, it affected the velocity, it affected the accuracy of the throw. The defense comes away with a huge takeaway.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gonna take a shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though. And you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
A 3rd and long coming up here. He's looking downfield to throw. Dances away. Looking for the end zone. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 45. Off he goes. The 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Syracuse had an impressive showing at home, and I know the fans inside the dome are ready for hoops, but pay attention to what's happening on the gridiron too, people. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. That's reeled in. It's Jones. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Looking left. It's complete. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. And the Golden Eagles are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback keeper. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Pass on the way. It's picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll leave it with him. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Get set, get set.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on second down. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. Powers through. And he's running in the open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The give from the gun. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
On second down, he'll fire. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. And the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On third down, going up top. The sure hands, it's Miller. Smashes through. Touchdown, Colorado! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a scoring toss from the 33. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BC has it back and the Eagle offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Keeps looking downfield. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to team in prime position on offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where guy is with the football, and they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hood. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Using the quick game. At the 35, he's got room. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Welch. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with it.
Going for it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, and the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the 1st. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And the Buffaloes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Quarterback will audible. They'll ride the hot hand. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Going up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just 1 step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they're going to have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
Trying to get to him. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
That really wasn't his best throw. I tell you what, you got to choose when you're going to zip it in there and sometimes put some air underneath it. He chose the wrong one, put a little too much air underneath it. Defensive player makes the nice pick.
Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Trying to find his man on first down. Going for the big play. Oh, picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Man, teams that play cover one at an elite level have an elite guy in the middle of the field that he's playing zone, everybody else playing man, and he can cover so much ground. You watch him run, breaks on the football when he needs to, goes and makes the big interception.
Pulls it in. It's good.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
He's going to pass on second down. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking for a gap. It's Hood. He's loose at the 15. Oh, look out! And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. Comes out throwing on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to throw on second down. Pressure coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The give on the inside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Buffaloes will punt this one away. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. He's going to pass. He's going up top. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. Never a doubt. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. It's all teed up. Boston College will kick to start this third quarter. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time he's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He wants to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. And he hauls it in at the 30. Touchdown, Bucks! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And this offense another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UCF steamrolled its way to victory. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Orlando a ton of confidence. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. BC has it back and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get...
Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
He's run out of bounds, but not before, turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He's got it and still on his feet. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
Great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Boston College! Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21 to 10. They put together an 81-yard drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Molly.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and you can tell the timing wasn't great and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Delivers the stiff arm. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They were set up in great position to start this drive, but now looking at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. He wants to throw it. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Fires to the big fella. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Got it.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
Out, 55.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. With the catch, it's Hood. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Buffaloes! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back. And
Gonna take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. This offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes a grab enough for the first. Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? BC back to work after picking up the first down. He's looking to throw it. He wants to go deep. He's got it down the left side. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Boston College wants to play fast.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes second and 10.
Get set.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got his man. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15.
Play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line. They're thinking run as well, slows down the pass rush, gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. second down here as they go back to work after the break.
42 Spider. Fourth arrow.
He's looking to throw. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boston College. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Oh, and he missed it. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Oklahoma showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. It's complete to the right. At the 45 on his way. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Took a shot as he threw. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's good. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Colorado! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods.
325.
They'll throw it on 1st down. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. You know he would have loved to have tacked on a big return to that pick, but they've got it in the red zone at the 15. They'll run this play from the pistol. Power football with the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bucks!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And now with get the extra point. They're up by 18 here in the fourth. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page.
And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
That last play has this defense on its heels. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking to move it through the air. A shot toward the end zone, and they won't make the connection. Looking to make a big play there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Boston College! And they take it in for 6 more points. Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. The snap sets up to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He goes in for the 2, and we have a 10-point game. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
To the ground, he's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He looks that one in nicely. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
And it's right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The give to the lone running back. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Utah delivered a masterpiece performance today and gave notice to the rest of college football. This is a team that can win anywhere, any way against just about any opponent. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Off play action on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Running back searching for a hole. Well, they tried it again and got the same result. They'll get nothing and like it. Now they're looking at a 3rd down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Using his legs, it's Hood. Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8, it leaves them with a 4th and 2. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.